A mini list of things that count as a recipe for disaster. 1. Writing an exam you have zero knowledge of. 2. Texting your ex. 3. Arranged marriages. Here are the top 10 romance anime where love blooms in arranged marriages against all odds. Let's cook. Starting off this list, Engaged to the Unidentified. Imagine this, on your birthday you're turning 16 and then boom!
預かるって男の人？ついでにじいちゃんが決めた小紅の許嫁。
A fiancé and sister-in-law you never knew existed are the party crashers.
白、白夜の妹、つまりあなたの小姑です。
Of course, it's controversial stuff that will get the cops dancing because they'll be getting a new roommate. But when it's your own family that puts you in the middle of the ocean with romantic sharks swimming around, that just makes it illegal. Welcome to Engaged to the Unidentified, where Kobeni finds herself in an arranged marriage to a boy she's never met. To make matters worse, she has no recollection of their engagement due to a case of amnesia. Naturally, this leads to the most romantic "who the heck are you" moments you've ever seen. But in true anime fashion, they manage to resolve their awkward predestined marriage and learn to live together. Just a few episodes and boom! Suddenly everyone's okay with being locked in a lifelong commitment. Following the number, here comes Miss Modern. Hanamura's world thrives in an era where arranged marriages are like free cheesecakes.
Not my cheesecake! Not my cheesecake!
It's needed and mandatory for every girl. But Hanamura, on the other hand, is different. For her, lifestyle means always doing the opposite. Contrary to the idea of being a female in her hometown, she studies kendo, drinks, and dreams of becoming a Western fashion influencer at a time when Instagram hadn't been created. In a world where kimono is ideal, she is the bride with a Pinterest board full of 21st century dreams. Meanwhile, her fiancé is an old-fashioned sock in the army who can pass as expired chips. Stale. Their arrangement is a clash of cultures that is as hilarious as it is heartwarming. Each awkward encounter adds fuel to the fire burning from their differences. Their story proves that even the most mismatched couples can find harmony with a little bit of patience, romantic tension, and a lot of laugh-out-loud moments. Next on this list is Endo and Kobayashi Live, the latest on tsundere villainess Lisolette. This anime is like watching a terrible episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians or playing the Sims mobile game, but with a subtle mix of an arranged marriage. We have Kobayashi, a girl who's really enthusiastic about an Otama game, and she happens to carry her club member Endo into the madness. When playing the game, these two have the best seat in the house. Literally, because they're just sitting on the couch watching the relationship between the villainess of the game, Lisolette, and her fiancé, Seig. Kobayashi and Endo's job is simple. Do nothing all day just to make sure the villainess gets her happy ending. Soon, the gaming duo realizes the task is tougher than Hulk's skin, as Lisolette and Seig cannot stand each other despite being engaged. Don't know what they expect from trying to play matchmaker with the tsundere princess and her stoic prince. Talk about mixing oil and water.
3!
The word healthy relationship left the group chat and deleted their contacts. As Kobayashi and Endo strive to attain their goal, they begin to see their relationship reflected in Lisolette's and Seig's, which frankly is a terrifying thought. Fortunately, cherries bloom in the most awkward situations, and so does love. If you want a romance show that'll have you floating on pink clouds with beautiful heartfelt moments, this one's for you. At number 7, Bibliophile Princess. This show is a Beauty and Beast classic, but with a slight twist. First, the female lead loves reading books and just wants to be in her own world. Sadly, there's more romance in the book she reads than her sorry yet beautiful life. And then there's her prince not so charming who swings into the picture. He's more like a walking clown searching for his first gig and laughing audience. Dude spends more time making awkward comments or pretending to read the room. Spoiler alert, he's also terrible at that. Well, thankfully he's not an angry, hairy ball of fur like you-know-who. But here's the kicker. Both of them are complete bookworms. Their marriage might be a royal nightmare, but as they talk about their shared love for literature, they discover they may have way more in common than they realized. Is it love? Maybe. Or is it just an awkward acceptance of their fates? At this point, who cares? they're reading together and promoting the campaign against dull protagonists like Asta-kun. More Than a Married Couple But Not Lovers comes in 6th place with a controversial storyline. Thankfully, there's just one school in the anime world that's not obsessed with the need to make students profitable to society while sacrificing their sanity. This school takes a different trope where the students are given a project to check their marital compatibility. As group partners in the marriage project, Jiro and Akari's forced arrangement is the epitome of awkward but hilarious, as these two can't stand each other. They're forced to live as a married couple for some extra credit in school. It's like putting two strangers in a romance reality show with zero preparation and expecting them to fall in love when they want to X themselves on Scream 7. Slowly, they begin to accommodate each other because the last thing they want is their grades to suffer. And for some reason, it works, even though they accidentally fall in love? At the end of the day, we get affectionate moments as the duo are definitely more than just a married couple, but they're not quite lovers yet.
Don't get pissed about this later!
A brief disclaimer for you, you're a 10 out of 10, and we're glad to have you here, Pookie. Anime Ecchi is not pregnant, but you know we always deliver. It's our job to give the best top lists, but how about you make us a 10 out of 10 channel by gracing us with your top-notchness when you hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you for that. Ooh woo. Moving on the list is Memory of Chang'an at 5th place. What we have is more than just two people forced into a marriage of convenience for the sake of their kingdom. Actually, that's a lie. It's pretty much the premise, and we're just happy to find this masterpiece. At the heart of this Chinese love story is a couple joined together for political reasons. Chang is the emperor's 9th prince, and Ming is a girl from a small village. She's escorted to the city to become Chang's wife, and although she understands her role is to bring peace, she encounters some setbacks. Firstly, she was nearly abducted by bandits on her first night. As if that's not enough to worry about, she finds her husband's cold nature irritating and distasteful. This blur serves as a contrast between them. Where Ming is a free spirit and a bright butterfly ready to fly, Chang, on the other hand, is an overly serious scholar with a magnificent wardrobe. For him, their marriage is a political agreement, but that doesn't stop the evil eyes trying to ruin his union with Ming. Slowly, there's a gradual shift from awkwardness to an affection that feels charming, and the humor? Great! With a mix of all these elements, we have an anime that brings the complexities of an arranged marriage to life with a touch of unexpected chemistry. At number 4, we have Taisho Tame Fairy Tale. In a turn-of-the-century setting, love hits Japan in the most likely way possible. Over here, we have Tamahiko and Yuzuki's love story. Bro belongs to all the powerful Shima household, ruled by his emotionally impaired father. After a ghastly accident that takes his mother's life and leaves him paralyzed in one hand, Tamahiko gets abandoned by the one person he thought would be there for him because he considers him as extra garbage. He spends the entire first episode giving vibes like he's the lead in a sad soap opera. Later, he gets taken to a secluded house in the mountain to live all alone, and while he dwells in darkness, here comes the bright and bubbly Yuzuki. Of course, she was sold out by her family for a debt they owed when Tamahiko's father announced his new wife would be joining him. Now, that's an arranged marriage between two people dumped by their bloodline. They start developing this weird but very sweet relationship where Yuzuki becomes the sunshine to Tamahiko's storm cloud. She slowly pulls him out of his darkness with her overly positive attitude in every and any situation. At some point, we see Tamahiko do better to put a smile on Yuzuki's face. Love? Maybe. Could they make it work? Who knows? But if they did, it'd definitely be the most awkwardly cute way possible. This show's guaranteed to have its viewers kicking feet at the very affectionate scenes. Tonikawa Kawai, Fly Me to the Moon, sits pretty at number 3. What you don't see every day is the couple getting together and married in the first episode. Tonikawa Kawai takes a different lane to do something different for the romance genre. Nasa and Tsugasa's marriage starts in the most ridiculous way possible. Everything in Nasa's life was coming together until he stumbled upon Tsukasa on the other side of the road and got featured in a mashup with Truck-kun. Her beauty jingled his bells, and the next thing we hear are wedding bells. Despite his bleeding state, Nasa risks it all by blurting out a proposal to a complete stranger. And the stranger says dating is boring. Let's just get married. So yeah, their relationship is built on an extremely solid foundation of awkwardness. But hey, it's cute, right? The anime follows the new couple struggle to get along together when they realize marriage is not a bed of roses. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what passes for romance here. Is it love? Is it? Who knows? It's cute, fast-paced, awkward, and for some reason, it works. At number 2, Yakuza Fiancé. Love can be sweet and not so fun as Bibliophile Princess, but it can be as exciting and thrilling as getting hooked with a mafia boss. This anime gives the classic I'm a deadly mafia stuck with the perfect lady who wants to run away from marrying me. But wait, here's the catch. His fiancée, who's the perfect gentle lady on the surface, really has no interest in being with him. With that, we have Kirishima and Yoshino. The worst thing that could happen to them was being born into rival gangster families where carrying a gun is the baby's first toy. They're both stuck in an arranged marriage because of family ties, and frankly, it's as uncomfortable as sitting in a room full of spiders. Their family basically used them as bait to settle their differences, and it all comes down to the fact that they school together. Feels like Nisekoi has a reboot, but with better animation and a storyline that's more than kitty fighting. Kirishima is this tough, terrifying man trying his best to be human, and Yoshino just wants to be Yoshino. While they try to make their ongoing thing work, Yoshino is definitely not interested, but finds herself sulking and daydreaming about the bad boy. She soon realizes he's much more than a tough exterior with how far he goes to take care of her. For the record, he goes very far. Finally, at the top of the pyramid is My Happy Marriage. Brief disclaimer, this anime will have you in your feelings. And you know one of those anime you watch, it has you giggling like a little girl. That's this one. And if you've never felt that way, no need to worry. I'm here for you, Pookie. This story shows us that what happens when you mix tragic backstories with arranged marriages. Mio's life has been absolutely terrible. To make matters worse, she's married off to a man who's as emotionally distant as he is powerful. With only stories about her husband's ruthlessness, Mio is welcomed into a marriage absolutely clueless as to whether she'll last the night. But instead of a slow burn, this one starts with a huge crush and love and first sight. Mio's soft nature somehow blends with Kyoka's cold face like a beautiful mix of choco and chocolate chip ice cream. Kyoka's coldness hides a lot of pain, and Mio's vulnerability is something Kyoka learns to care about in the most unexpected way. Somewhere in all that tension, they start to understand each other. By the end of the episodes, they're both like, not that bad, I guess, and reach the end of the world to save and love each other. Damn, I'm so lonely. I know you enjoyed this as much as I did, but here's the catch. Let me know in the comments what list you'd like to see us do next and which anime should have been on this list. On this note, that's a wrap, weebs. You made it this far, so like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more tea. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.